Jonathan at Peak Performance, and we are getting ready to do some workout videos for you guys to follow along with at home.
Yeah, we're gonna build on top of the stuff we've already worked on. We did some squats and some breathing techniques. Today we're gonna focus on lunges, different variations of that, planks, bridges, back extensions. Some of you might know them as Supermans. And of course, we're gonna keep it integrated with the breath work. Strength training is really important, breath work is really important, and of course, Kayli's gonna be working on her walking when she's on her own.
Perfect. Over the next few weeks, we'll be doing different videos talking about these different exercises that we're going to be doing. So you can watch them all together, or you can watch them individually and work on all of these things one at a time or all together. I'm really excited. They're really great videos.
Yeah, I am too. I think a lot of people are going to benefit from them, and be sure to let us know what you're doing in the comments.
Yes,
and
we love hearing from you.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. Guys, keep it positive. That's great. I love that about your audience.
Yes.
And also, we are going to be in touch while Kayli's back on the West Coast. We're going to be touching base and making sure that she is doing what she needs to do on her own. She'll be walking, maybe even getting into some rollerblading. She's got a cool new book that's going to help her deepen her relationship with food and nourishing herself and nourishing her family. And yeah, it's going to be really, really good. We might do some Skype sessions to make sure that you're on track.
Right. For me, it helps to be accountable to someone. So I know a lot of you might feel that way too, and feel like you are accountable to Jonathan. He wants to see you guys progress just like he wants to see me progress. So let him know, let me know how you're doing. We love to hear that.
Totally.
And it will help you guys, so.
It really will.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to start with some lunges today. They're very basic. You can do them pretty much anywhere. It's a stationary lunge. So we're going to set you up just like this. Hands on the hips. And to start, you know what we're going to do? We did a little warm up off camera, but we're going to get you even more warm. So instead of dropping up and down, I want you to just make it a little longer. Snake that back leg back. Bend the front knee and lean back just like this, right? And what's really cool about this is you are starting to warm up and work out, but you're not introducing a lot of risk. You want to warm up to give your body a chance to acclimate so you don't hurt anything. So you're starting to get things going, but without doing too much too fast. And you're getting a hip flexor stretch, which is this muscle. Almost everyone in our culture has tight hip flexors because they've been sitting a lot. And this muscle gets all bunched up, it attaches on your back, and then it yanks your back out of alignment. So we're working quads, hamstrings, glutes, all these muscles, and we're also starting to open up this hip flexor, which is really important for you to stay in proper alignment so you don't hurt yourself, and yeah, so that you feel good.
I like it. I can feel my muscles, and I can feel that this is kind of hard to hold, but it feels so good.
Nice.
But I can't look at you or I'll fall over.
Right, exactly. So now if we want to make it, now let's add one more thing to focus on without turning your head. Okay. So let's see if you can do your belly breathing, which we worked on yesterday. So let's put your hands there because your hands are going to give you feedback, and see if you can breathe into your bottom hand. Yep, and then exhale and pull it in. Exactly, and let's do just a little bit of noise. Inhale, exhale out audibly. Shh. Feel how that pulls that in? Good, let's do 3 more. Inhale. See, she's starting to shake a little, that's okay. 3, inhale. 2, good. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Great, and then you can come out of it. What do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah, good.
I feel like my posture.
Yeah, it helps your posture.
I felt burning.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's good to feel burning.
Yeah. Absolutely. Awesome.
I like exercising this way.
Yeah, it's simple. We're starting slow. We talked a lot about celebrating what you have, not getting so focused on the perfectionism of it, of like what's the best exercise or it's got to be super hard. If you're just getting started, you were sedentary for a while, right? So this is a program for someone who's been sedentary, who hasn't been very active. We're starting to wake up the body and get you moving, get you feeling good about your body, getting a sense of mastery without introducing too much risk, because the last thing you want to do is hurt yourself.
And I love reconnecting with my body in a new way. Like, I love feeling my body from head to toe.
That's what this is about. We're putting our mind inward. We spend so much time projecting it outward into like what's happening and, you know, who's looking at us. This is all about reclaiming your body, putting your mind, every single cell in your body is intelligent. So it's a matter of exercising that intelligence and utilizing it so that you can be more whole and you can nurture yourself and take care of yourself. That's really what your path is about. So let's try it on the other side, and then we'll do a slightly more advanced variation. And again, you can do this anywhere, pretty much.
And I feel like all of us can start with these exercises.
Exactly.
Everyone can hold this for as long as they can.
Right.
And then hopefully continue holding it longer.
Right, and then you just build on top of your success. So if you do 30 seconds, or if you count by breaths, you add an extra breath, or you add extra 5 seconds. And that way you kind of, you know, all exercise and strength training, you need to build on top of your success. You don't want to do the same program over and over again. That's why all this focus on what's the best exercise for abs, it doesn't make sense, because even if there was such a thing, as soon as your body gets used to it, you have to change it anyway. So it's more important to learn about the principles. Yes, it's not as simple as taking a pill and forgetting about it and going on autopilot, but you know what? If you learn about the process, you can really, really get a lot out of it and develop a satisfying relationship with your body.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
So you're gonna bend, and then also, you know, if you wanna make it harder, you can hold it longer or you can bend down deeper, but let's do about the same as you did on the other side.
Okay.
Leaning back, chest up, and then bend this knee just a little more, and then let's do the belly breathing. So let's put the hand there too. A hand gives you a lot of good feedback. Breathing in. Exhale. Right. Inhale. A little bit of noise on the exhale. That makes her engage her abdominals. 2. We're not talking about the six-pack. We're talking about the abs that are underneath that help pull in. They protect your lower back. 4. Very important if you've had a C-section to re-engage these muscles. 5. Let's do one more. Breathing in. And exhale. 6. Good. And relax. So we're going to do, now that our hips are warmed up in the exact way that we want them to be warm for the lunges, let's do an actual stationary lunge. So we're going to add a little bit more movement into the equation, but it's very similar. You're going to one leg forward, one leg back, chest up. You're going to drop straight down, and then come up just like that. Okay?
Am I in right?
Yeah, that looks good. So you can, again, it's not like you're on like a walking the planks. You can go a little wider, exactly. And then you can go point this back toe straight. So you're on the ball of the foot, the back heel lifts up. Lean back just a hair. And then you're going to inhale down. Yep, exhale with some noise up. 1, good. Let's do 8 like this. Inhale, nice and controlled. Feeling your body too, paying attention to what's going on internally.
I'm having such a hard time not holding my breath.
Yeah. So if you find that you're holding your breath, let's make it simpler. Okay, so just don't go down so deep and just try it with me. So your inhale is just to here, exhale up, because you don't want to hold on to the breath. Okay, so don't go so low. Inhale, just there, exhale up. There it is. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, good. Inhale, exhale. 3.
When I come up, do I want to straighten this leg?
Yeah, but you don't have to lock it out forcefully, but you can straighten it. Yeah. 4. Inhale. 5. Good. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 7. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. So this time, all I did was regress her a little bit with the motion, so she didn't go down as deep, so it wasn't as hard for the muscles, but that freed up some cognitive space for her to mentally think about her breathing. Very important. Kayli has a history of kind of holding her breath for different reasons. It does make your spine more stable when you hold your breath, but as a long-term strategy, it's not the best option, right? So we want to get that moving.
I think with breathing, breathing the right way has made me feel differently about exercising, because I'm not holding my breath so I'm not dying when I get done doing these things. So if, like you said, if we can not drop as low, that's okay, because one day I will drop lower.
Right, it's just practicing it. When you hold your breath, you're in a state of panic. Nobody likes being in a state of panic. So without realizing it, you were creating a state of panic, and now you're associating panic with exercise, and then you start to create the identity, well, I don't like exercise, it's just not me. You know, but it is you. If your genes have made it this far, your ancestry, all the people, your genes wouldn't have made it this far through evolution if you weren't able to have this inner warrior, this fitness. You wouldn't be able to run, you wouldn't be able to jump. We all have that, it's just been deconditioned out of us, right? So,
awesome.
Kind of interesting. Other side.
Is very interesting. Okay. I've never liked doing lunges, but I'm feeling better about it.
Good.
Okay. We're ready?
Inhale down. So we're changing your relationship to your body, and there's the breath, and we're changing your relationship to certain motions that you didn't necessarily love before. 2, good. Inhale down. Exhale. 3, good. Inhale. This already looks better as far as the breathing. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. 5, and you can see her ankles working to stabilize her. That's good. 6, 2 more. And I'm helping a little bit with my hand on her shoulder. If you don't have a friend to work out with, you can do it next to a wall, or you can hold a stick next to you to give you another point of contact. 1 more. Inhale down. And the breathing is so good. That auditory allows you to hear, it gives you a feedback loop of, am I breathing? Can you hear it or not? So that way you can measure yourself. One of the biggest things I found with shallow breathers who are runners is people love to run with their headphones. They got to have their own soundtrack going, right? And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But they cut off that feedback mechanism and they can't hear whether they're breathing. I trained my sister for the half marathon, for the marathon in California, and she was, weeks out was like, I keep on getting so out of breath and I can't breathe and I hate running, I hate running, I hate running. Well, I finally went for a run with her and she was like, I have to bring my headphones. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, we can talk and relax. And as soon as she took her headphones off, she could hear that she wasn't really breathing. She could hear her shallow breathing, and it gave her that feedback loop, as I said. So we stopped running, I worked on this belly breathing, and then we started running again and made sure, and then she could put her headphones back on, but she had to relearn how to breathe, and she needed her ears to do that, basically.
That's so interesting, because I like to put headphones in so I can't, I have been embarrassed about my breathing.
Yeah, you're doing
so
the same thing.
Headphones on so I can't hear even when I'm walking.
Yeah, I want you to own the noises you make. You're allowed to make noise. This is for a good cause. This is to get you healthy, right? This is so you can be a good role model for Braylee and for your kids. It's so important. We were talking yesterday about while your kids are young, they want to do everything like you, and then as soon as they become a teenager, they want to do the opposite. Right. So while you have that window to be a good leader for them and have them get good habits, you want to do it now before they get old and they just start rebelling.
Right, right.
So,
and I said hopefully if you bond through these things, through exercise, you'll maybe keep that bond.
I think so. I really do, because they'll develop habits and a relationship with their body, and they can go off and rebel for a few years, but then they're still doing some of the things they need to be doing. Right. So you lay a good foundation.
I love it.
So those were lunges. Great job.
Thank you.
You can do these anywhere, and if you're wondering about how often you should do them or how many to do, the golden rule is listen to your body. But let's say that you did 8 on each side today for 1 set. We could do another set, and then maybe in 2 or 3 days when you feel rested, sometimes your muscles get sore, so then you want to rest them a little bit. But then in 2 or 3 days, you could do another set and maybe do 2 sets of 10, right? And then maybe another 2 or 3 days, you do 3 sets of 10. You have to listen to your body, and of course, you could also go deeper to make it harder. But the golden rule is listen to your body and make sure that you're not asking it to do too much, but also make sure that you're not asking it to do the same thing each time. Otherwise, it won't keep adapting. That's why a journal is so important. So, and you can also, in the comments, let us know what you're doing. It's good to have accountability to put it out there and let people know, what you're working on, and so you can support each other.
Yes, I love that. Please leave comments. Let us know how you're progressing, because I would love to hear that, and I know you would too.
Definitely. And you could see a little bit, I'm not sure about where the shot is, but you could probably see that Kaylee was shaking a little bit. That's totally fine. You don't want to be so wobbly that you literally have to shift your legs and feet around. You weren't doing that. If that's the case, then you need to add more stability externally, potentially by holding onto a wall or a person or a piece of equipment. But if you're a little wobbly, but your feet aren't shifting around and you're able to stay up and down, that's perfectly fine. That's your brain, your nervous system getting better at creating a symphony of muscles, of muscles sequence to make sure that your center of gravity stays over your base of support in a way, you're not used to doing that, basically. So, but you will get better at it, and that's your body right there getting better and better at it, feeling like, oh, little left, little right, little left, little right. How do I find the center smoothly and more efficiently? So that's totally cool if you wobble. Don't let it freak you out.
Right. I love that you mentioned that, because there have been times when I have been embarrassed about being wobbly or not feeling like I could do it the right way, but I love that you mentioned that.
That's progress.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's going to start shaking. You put someone in a plank, you put the strongest person in the world in a plank, 6, 7 minutes in. I mean, that's a long time to hold a plank, but they're going to be shaking. That is normal. And that means that you are you're asking your body to do something different than it's used to, so it's going to start to adapt. We're talking about just a little bit of shaking, not anything crazy. Awesome. So get to those lunges. Let us know how you're doing in the comments, and have some fun with it, and breathe, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.